Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that every single mistake you've ever made wasn't a failure, but proof that something was being built. Sounds impossible, right? I mean, we spend our entire lives running away from the failures, the regrets, the absolute train wrecks, treating them all like a definitive loss. But what if I told you that failure wasn't the end to your story? Let us consider a plain old block of granite. When you look at a piece of granite from a distance, it seems that it's just a solid, boring grey rock. It's only when you look at it through a macro lens, when you get uncomfortably close and take your time to focus, only then do you really acknowledge the sparkles of quartz, the jagged veins of feldspar, and the millions of years of pressure it took to forge it. Life is a lot like that rock. When we face hardships, everything looks like a boring and overwhelming gray blur. We often miss it, the opportunities, the lessons, the hidden proof of our own resilience. All of it lost because we never stopped to look closer. I want to change that today. I'm not here because I read this off some news post or some forum online. I'm here today because this change in perspective has truly helped me better how I live. Right now, I look polished. I'm in my best clothes, speaking to an audience looking like I have everything completely under control. But if you rewind the tape to the start of my 10th grade, you would have noticed a completely different photo. It wasn't just stepping into a new academic year, it felt like jumping straight into a pressure cooker. Suddenly, I was forced to balance a crushing academic workload, step up in major leadership roles, and carry the silent, heavy weight of everyone's expectations on my shoulders. And soon enough, the pressure became overwhelming. Every deadline felt like proof that I wasn't doing enough, and every setback felt personal. I wasn't looking for a silver lining or a change in perspective. I was just trying to survive the day. And honestly, surviving is exhausting. You eventually reach a point when you realize that the anxiety isn't protecting you, it's just paralyzing you. So I stopped treating the negatives as a failure, and instead, I started treating them like data. The first insight came about my confidence. We often treat confidence as a prerequisite, something we must have before we try something new. But my experiences showed me otherwise. I found my confidence in speaking in front of a mirror, in watching my parents patiently listen until they knew the words as well as I did, in slowly looking at the small mistakes fade into pure perfection. That's when it hit me. Confidence was never a prerequisite, it was the outcome. I didn't get confident and then start speaking. I spoke until confidence caught up with me. The second insight was purely physiological. I was sleeping only 4 hours a night, studying more but retaining less, working harder but seeing the results get worse. It wasn't the pressure that overwhelmed me, it was sheer exhaustion. So I changed a few things. I followed a strict sleep schedule. I started reading for 30 minutes every day, and I put away all my screens before bed. I even tried a 21-day habit challenge. Although nothing did change in 21 days, it took me almost 6 months to notice any changes in my life. This was just proof that you can't outwork an exhausted mind, and that recovery isn't the reward for success, it's the fuel for it. The third and final breakthrough came when I thought back to the moments that left the deepest mark in me. My first public speaking event, my first leadership role that felt too heavy, and all the times I chose to voice my opinions when staying silent was the easy way out. None of these were comfortable. In fact, most were intimidating. That's when it hit me. None of these were supposed to be comfortable. And all of these breakthroughs happened outside my comfort zone. The pressure wasn't breaking me, it was forging me. Now looking back, I realized that my brain was doing exactly what it was supposed to do, focusing on the negatives. Psychologists call this a negativity bias, an ancient survival mechanism our brain uses to single out the threats and failures. But science also gives us an escape hatch. called neuroplasticity. It's the brain's proven ability to rewrite thoughts and neural pathways based on repetitive thought. Which brings me right back to the humble and unassuming piece of granite. When you look at a piece of granite from a distance, it seems that it's just a boring rock. And all of these marbling layers and all of these layers of feldspar only appear once you look close. These weren't there by accident, nor did they appear overnight. They were the hard-won outcome of millions of years of intense heat and crushing pressure. So the next time you feel the negativity coming in and it starts screaming, don't tell yourself to just think positive. That's not a strategy. It's more like a bumper sticker you see on the back of a family sedan. Instead, try what I call the data over emotion rule. So the next time negativity starts screaming, force yourself to list exactly 3 objective pieces of data. Put away the regret, put away the fear, and strictly look at what failure is teaching you about your strategy. So when you walk out of these doors today and step into the pressure cookers of your own lives, don't look past the gray blurs. Pull out your lens, zoom in, and look for the quartz. Because you aren't just a boring gray rock. You are a piece of granite. And it's time to show the world how well you shine under pressure. Because in the grand scheme of things, the pressure that doesn't break us is exactly what builds us. Thank you.